excited about it, Jay, but how are you feeling?
No, I'm definitely excited that this is their map to start this one off, because you got a lot of reps on it with this new Vegas look of a lineup. You've been feeling really good. You've been beating teams by more than 100 points, and obviously your most recent victory got you your first ever victory in the CDL versus Optic. So you're coming out the gate swinging. Atlanta FaZe on every other hard point, though, besides Protocol, is always about that 50-50 chance. The good thing for them, though, is every other map they suck at holding, they suck at breaking. But on Skyline, they're the #1 hold team in the map. So let's figure it out, Atlanta.
Yeah, we're trying, and we've got 3 down. Brett is on the prowl for Abizi, looking for his last man up. Reddit dealt with it. P2 spawns. Good stuff. Vegas Falcons. Hard points yours. Whee! Oh, good stuff. The anti-air from Xnid. Sim doesn't even touch the point.
Doesn't get any better than this. Pred whipping out an extra AR. You have 3 or maybe 4 in the hands of all the Vegas players so far. And they've been able to dominate this P1, not allowing anyone from Atlanta FaZe to slip on by. But a couple kills now are starting to go their way. The break is able to come on in, potentially for the final 15. But Vegas are more focused on just staying alive on this side of the map.
Yeah, right now. Pred's staying alive as well. 5. And it makes it 6-0 alongside his sub-duo Xnid, who's found himself a 2 spree as well. Off to a fantastic start right now, Vegas Falcons. You handled FaZe brilliantly on P1. It seems to be the difference maker for a lot of teams, Jay. I mean, if you can get a good P1 hold, get a lot of nice time out of that, it makes the pressure on that second point a little bit lighter. But for now, FaZe should have a clean break here. But Xnid says, no, man, thank you. Whoa, nearly gets the 3rd as well. That man is disgusting.
And Xnid finding that double gives his teammates opportunity with the map control that they already had to instantly be into the play. Even with Atlanta FaZe getting up players to spawn out towards the back still, but they win every single one-on-one. So the break is clean there for Falcons. Celium off to a slow start. Abizi off to a slow start. You know the way that Vegas still play, though. They're just always in your grill, so you got to be prepared for these fights.
Yeah, being prepared is one thing, man. Actually winning it. Because these boys are pulling out the shenanigans. Individual prowess across the board. Oh, nearly. Priest is picking up a guy in the back door as well, so kills all over the place. FaZe finally got the nice kills, but 5 seconds is all they're going to get. Arstis is going to be here for the kitchen pressure. This doesn't look like he's hitting old, folks, but now Pred in the gym, not just getting a pump on, but trying to slow these players down. Abe, that's a lovely bit of work. Over towards time we go, and Xnid coming in from spawn. Sure, he's getting kills across the map. His teammates are finding the trades as well, and now you're in time.
Yeah, you're in the time, and all Atlanta FaZe is spawning right in front of you, so how do Atlanta try to set up on this break? You heard Ali say it on the desk. So far in this stage, they are dead last in break percentage. It's actually crazy to say that about a squad like Atlanta. They need to be able to figure out, especially with players like the Tiny Terrors, but so far have not been able to get anything going. Draza falls off the map. You find 2 kills from the front, but the trades from Falcons too strong. They're always going to have the numbers.
On the Dahoom spot, it doesn't work out for him. Xnid, 12-6. Can we get number 13 here? Nearly. Good shots in from Draz. The pieces are there for FaZe. Wow, what a break. Sim with a disgusting 2-piece gives you plenty of time to fight towards new. You don't get a lot of time on the old hard point, though. But right now, Redwood.
Oh, no.
A nice damage and a nice bit of team nade. Priest has got a big 2 kills ahead of him. Can he get them both? E-Dog cannot. Pred there for the trade. And another hard point to the Falcons.
Yeah, and Pred is able to secure that back spawn there for his team, but you have one player from Atlanta already roaming through the top side of Plat. Abizi was able to sneak on through, but gets nothing done with it. And right now, Atlanta just seem to be getting individually picked apart. You're going one by one on your break attempts, and this is not working. We need a team push.
Oh, Pred's going to find another one here, surely. Oh, no, he's pushed out at the slightly inopportune time. It's a 3-man hit through bedroom now. Over the top, though, this is a great read from Pred. Finds himself in the bushes. Gets himself another big spree, mate. It's a 6 for the Thunder. 20 seconds to go on this point, Jay, and the Falcons are kicking ass.
Yeah, Atlanta haven't won a single rotation yet. They have been struggling on their breaking. And this is what the scoreline is currently looking like when none of those stuff are going your way. Again, you're able to break in for only 10 seconds. The same thing you did at P3. But this is allowing Vegas to consistently stay ahead of you in the game plan.
Yeah, game plan's going great, especially Pred. And that's the first 1v1 we've seen him lose in quite some time. 14-9 for Xnid now as we've watched the kills roll up. And Vegas Falcons continuing to be a very, very strong hardpoint team. P-Dog still keeping it positive vibes flowing in the kills department as well. Great moves on wave. Shots are there. Man over the top. But the pressure on the time is great. A team kill, I'll take it. You've done a fantastic job of breaking the back of FaZe there in the middle of the map, and that's your time, Falcons. Slam.
It's your time. It's your side of the map as well. Over for the P2 rotation. 30 seconds still to fight for here. Atlanta just keep on getting picked one by one. They have not had a good team push going in, but Simp opened up with a double. Celium finds one, and he's off the map, and you already lose the numbers. I don't know what the hell Atlanta are doing right now.
2 members of Atlanta FaZe killed by the Guardians, and now back over towards P2 we go. Good news though, FaZe are the players here first. Bad news, you didn't kill X, did you? Had to kill him. And now the pressure is still there. He is in the corner, spotted out, and another big 1v1 win. Priest sent out from the front line. You got bodies in the point now. Falcons, look at these moves.
Yeah, and Simpson here to try to contest. He's going to get deleted by Priest, though. They are just running up the score, up by 100. Vegas, let's go for listening.
Right, take it. Player one. That's one thing.
There's two. Front door.
Alright, they're gonna chop front. Go kitch. Yo, he's kitch. Yeah, watch out. Arik, he backed up fireplace. He's behind it. Yeah, nice. One down.
I'm with the kitchen. I'm hoping
Alright, they might repent on some weird shit.
I'm gonna say the kitchen. I'm waiting for you. Help me kitchen.
No one beyond.
I'm trying to two couches. Okay, we're good. Nice.
Yo, behind us, plat, first guy, okay? So, plat.
Where'd he go?
He's just running through right, I think. I don't know. He's on the top.
I'm MC top.
Alright, back up there.
I can put top. He's going right. I'm holding top mid. You heard?
One shot, behind.
Top. One shot. Two top. I think they go in front.
Yeah, help me front.
I'm hoping top.
Center time. Dead. Two outer.
He's aping gym.
Get top. He's front of me. Help me.
Watch out time and watch outer left. He's one shot laying down. Alright, take your time. That's funner. Second shot. Deep outer shot.
BJ top. One shot. And one gym. Hit the hill.
Alright, yeah, one shot. There's no time.
Draws in front.
Shit, watch out. He's absolute.
Absolute as well.
I want mate. That's one.
Alright, there's two that weak. No one. Alright, I'm out front. Shit! Last one. Alright, I'm back in.
Behind out.
Okay, alright, I have a little bit push.
I'm at old.
Two cut. They can be bottom back, okay? I'm just holding back. I'm gonna get time.
I'm at old.
No one's simple.
They're all going top, guys.
I don't see simple.
Could be
One to road.
Play your kills.
Well, that's it.
I can see bottom right. Nice.
I'm doing a crazy play. Stay alive. Make sure you
Game, guys. Hold this time. This is the fucking game. Nice, good shit. Simple last guy.
Back top. Could go on the ground. I have a little kitchen. You heard?
I heard that. They're gonna go P1 bottom. They're gonna go bottom now. Nice. Let me count one back.
Yeah, kitchen to the BCs. Going left. No, he's going back. They're gonna hit front.
Yeah, have a time. I'm on bed. Watch my road. I'm
I have started.
You're missing
Try to get out, guys.
I'm holding P1. I have P1.
Rugs on me.
I'm holding P1. I'm thirsty.
Bed. Watch out, bed.
Three in bed.
Yeah, bed weak.
Three in bed.
Nice. Go.
I'm going on the ground.
I heard you.
I'm banging on the ground, guys.
Yeah, one gym. Let's get gym.
Nice. Get to you, guys.
One might spawn behind us. Yeah, spawn behind me. We split.
It's not over yet, Jay. We have not thrown in the towel yet for FaZe, but we're getting close.
Yep. Atlanta fans are getting shit on. You heard it in the comms there. Vegas are doing whatever the hell they want. They're winning every single rotation. They're shutting down their first wave of the break attempts on the side of Atlanta. And they're also getting gunned to shreds. Prez is just doing whatever he wants. Exton is doing whatever he wants. Just give it a 19 points. Let's move on to map 2.
Yep, sending it into time. Prez there. Lay G in time. Getting it all done. And that is Daddy Alec on the flank. Rear security pulled. Pistol out. Son nearly brings down a BZ as well. Final 10. Here on Skyline, and P-Dog is ripping bullets. The hard point is open, though. And Celium has decided to get himself involved in a big way, but regardless, it is very much still a long journey back here for FaZe.
Yeah, shout out to MC trying to earn me at least a couple fantasy points. Trying to bring me back here, soaking up some hill time. You know, finally Atlanta going to win a rotation over towards the money hill. But how easy is this break attack going to come in for Vegas? Because Priest already clears out 2 kills through the map. They're already in your face. It's a 4v4. You got to hold.
Yeah, Vegas have been so lethal on the approach. And another clean and efficient break. A BZ now to save the map. Can't get it done. Vegas Falcons beat the brakes off of FaZe in map 1.
My God, that was not even close. I think if you're any other teams in the CDL, yeah, every time we play in Vegas Falcons, we are not playing them on Skyline. They have that on lock, dominated off the rotations. First wave attempt when they need to be fully set up. When they are shutting down that first break attempt on the side of Atlanta FaZe. Nobody was winning gunfights. You're consistently playing from the back foot, and that's just not what you want.
Nope.
Going into a match that's very important, because if you start off 1-3, you might be in losers bracket Atlanta. You got to turn up.
I mean, the Church of Clayster, the sermon is in session. These boys are roaring, Jay. If there's one thing you picked up from Coach Clay, it's shout dead after every big kill. Do not let that energy go. Keep that adrenaline high. And 35 and 19, just shy of 4k damage, 29 non-traded pred. I think his highest spree was a 9. It was a 7 or a 9. It was huge. It was absolutely huge. He and Exnit roaring. Highlights, folks. A lot of screaming in this one. Obviously, the listening was extremely exciting. I worry though, but, you know, this is only a 5-game series, but hopefully a 3 if you know, absolutely whooping it. But by the end of this match, we get to the interview with the Vegas Falcons, and it's either Pred or Exnit. It's just gonna be like,
hey, you know, we're just really excited, man. Yeah, the boys playing good. We're putting in the effort, putting in the time.
like that voice is gonna be shot. That's a lot of screeching. I mean, believe me.
Oh, yeah.
We do this all day. You gotta take care of yourself, and these boys are ripping it all match long.
Yeah, passion is drifting. And like you said, when you got a coach like Clayster, who is infamous for his shit talk, you best believe that the energy is always going to be very, very high. But that is a good way to start off the series now if you're Falcons, because if they're struggling recently in Search and Destroy, just like Atlanta FaZe though on the other end, we got to do something about this HP game. When you have this much talent on the lineup, and all season long, you've always been a team early off the rotations. When that's not going your way, and this is how your hardpoint game is going to look, nah, we got a lot of work to do before we get to Major 3. Just not enough time.
Yeah, not a lot of time. But a great time there from the Falcons. Another fantastic hardpoint win goes their way. And smooth sailing. Really smooth sailing through the entire first set. Nearly a perfect pace set by them there. That is exactly what you want for the Vegas Falcons, as these discarded champions have come together to form something quite special. Now, we got to keep that special going, though, Jay, and a very different brand of special here in Search and Destroy on Dealership. What are we looking for here? We're looking for a very, very hot game, like fast flanks. We need to see some the big old gunny. I'm talking grande gunny out of them Falcons, boys, because FaZe know what they're doing in Search.
Yeah, FaZe definitely know what they're doing in Search. Just maybe not on Dealership, because they only have 1 rep on it. They went all the way to around 11. Really couldn't figure out their success on the attacking side. And the same thing could be said on the opposite side for Vegas. You have 2 reps on it. You played against Miami. You go to around 11. You really couldn't find a lot of success on your attacking round. So that's truly going to be the difference to who's going to walk away with this S&D, who's going to be able to win successful post plans, who's going to be able to stop retakes on their defenses, which is going to be easier on both ends. But the offensive strategies are what's going to stand out on both sides.
Well, let's quick look at the standings, folks, before we get into the match. Of course, this is 8th and 9th so far in our standings in the run-up towards Major 3 winners bracket. They can taste it ever so close, and God only knows, FaZe, if it doesn't go their way in this series, and anything is possible. The desk may have predicted a AF across the board. It is anything but easy right now after the Falcons take map number 1. Still anyone's match. Search and Destroy could be a wild one. But a victory over FaZe for the Falcons, and yes, I am absolutely counting my Falcons before they are hatched, but still a very, very exciting prospect for this squad.
Oh, yeah. You come out and get this W, you stand a pretty damn good chance at making your first ever winners bracket going into Major 3. After this matchup, if you get through Atlanta, you're going to have a square up versus Boston, which obviously Boston have been looking in full form recently ever since they've been able to figure out their control. But just putting yourself at 2-2, throwing yourself in the mix potentially for the last like 3 spots to make it into this winners bracket is what you want to do sooner rather than later.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good Falcons will be playing Boston tomorrow before they get to the major, so that is unironically going to be a fantastic square-up game, a real big green throwdown. Here we go to Dealership, folks. A very interesting map. Lovely art design. Again, shout out to our pals at Treyarch and actually all the COD studios who contributed to the maps in this game. This one's a fun one indeed. Over towards the Dealership we fly. Bomb looks like it's going towards B, but at this sort of space, I feel like you've got the opportunity to sort of hit over towards AJ at a moment's notice.
Yeah, you definitely have the opportunity to hit that quick rotation if you want. But now that you take so much space and Celium gets a lot of info, that there's a lot of pressure through the backside. Let's not waste any time. Let's instantly get the bomb down.
Oh, this is the classic spot. Yeah, behind the seat. Ah, there we go. Supine behind table. Allows the bomb to be planted to B3v3.
Right, looking for an opening if you are Falcons. Starting to spread on their attempt. Priest are going to work through his spawn. Exnid waiting slowly towards the mid window, but time's ticking.
This is serious 1v1s. And they are working out for the FaZe boys. Beautiful stuff. What a hold there in round one. Jay, one of the things we're going to see throughout this, the life of Dealership, how well you take the fights in that window by the B-bomb. Incredibly important.
Yeah, massive first round there as well from Atlanta. Just to set the tone early on, aggressive as hell over towards B, but then they play it patient once they work in towards that side room. And Celium's getting, his headset is very, very loud. So he's getting a couple sound cues. There's a lot of players approaching the pinch. Let's not waste any time. He's able to set up his teammates to instantly work that objective and before falling, taking down one. And there's 3 angles of approach in towards the site. Everybody clutches up in a one-on-one, and Atlanta open up with an offense.
Yeah, it certainly helps that everyone wins their ones, but hey, Exnid, he wins his this time around. B-bomb site flooded, though, completely overwhelmed. Pred can't get away with his life, so that means there's only 2 remaining members of the Falcons unaccounted for right now by FaZe. At least one going to be over by the bomb site. Good luck, have fun, boys. FaZe are running this one together. They line up. Oh, Priester! What damage into the first man and possibly the second. It slows the advance of FaZe massively.
Yeah, but Priester did get picked. Wasn't able to hit the regen there, so now it's Arcides in a 1v2. Forced to reposition. Spots both, but cannot get out. Atlanta with the numbers. Successful on the retake.
Oh, man. And did Alec get put down fast there? I like the sort of off-angle position he was going for prone atop the wagon there. But incredible team fire from FaZe. They crossed that site and they got the kill on him so quickly. Unfortunately, Priester got brought down to the back. That could have been a very, very spicy 2v3.
Yeah, because once Priester turns that corner, gains every single ounce of information that he wants, that all 3 players are roaming together, and also finds a kill. He was just hoping that he could play his life without them being aggressive on him, but just overextends a little bit, gets picked off, and then leaves Arcides in a very tough scenario. Now back to the attack. Atlanta FaZe go, and the aggression has been key. They take mid-map away.
They got full mid-map control. Nice damage in, and Abe, his life flashes before his eyes here on the kitchen side of the map. Falcons, oh, look at this push through the middle. I think they're all going to send it. Sim's going to get eyes on the first and a freebie for him. Ian Abizi, the terrorist, working the inside while the bomb gets planted.
Realistically stand no chance in this round unless you win an insane gunfight. Extiv at least a snap onto Simp, but now it's a 1v3. All left up to Arcides. 30 seconds to go. You have him trapped. No one's going to overcommit. Tremendous amount of shoulders getting invested, and Arcides has got to be annoyed at this point.
That's a really great draining round. FaZe do that sort of thing, man. They just don't give him anything. They suck away that hope. Force him to take those fights, force him to reload, sit there alone for so long, just whittle down his endurance as a player. FaZe off to a very good start here on Dealership. Draws yet to die.
Yeah, the best start that they possibly have had, that they wanted, and especially on the offenses. How they've been able to set the tone, aggressive push over towards B, completely blind kind of what Vegas are going to do. And at that point, Vegas do more of a spread setup to prepare for both sides, but the aggressive play from Atlanta through the middle of the map just takes the entire map away from them. So now if you're Vegas down 0-3, you need to try to match that energy. Try to match the pacing, and this time it's their turn to take mid-map, but Sip strikes for the first flood.
It's another first. Oh, it's a second as well. Nice trades there from Priest. He gets right into the mix very quickly. Exnid again. Too many problems to deal with, too many angles, and we find ourselves in another lightning fast Atlanta FaZe round. Ruthless, ruthless, ruthless so far.
Yeah, this might be a 5-minute search and destroy. Like, these rounds are going in the blink of an eye. It sort of feels like Skyline a little bit. The way that Atlanta FaZe have came out with the game plan. That time you don't show face in the middle. You give it up to Vegas. But then you get aggressive as hell through B, and Sim strikes for the opening too. That's basically a GG on the round as soon as he's able to get that done individually. And now quickly, this S&D is getting away from you if you're Vegas.
It feels like it started. Not a whole lot of love towards the A-bomb site from anyone, actually, so far. A single round we've seen where it got planted, but for now, it's a deep setup for the Falcons defensively. And Sim's getting ready to rock here by B.
Oh, this is 3 different looks on Atlanta FaZe's offenses, so they lose around 11 to Miami. They come back with some adjustments. Now the slow and steady approach is going to play the mind games on the side of Vegas. Still not budging on their setup, though, but you waste a lot of attacks over towards B. Let's rotate over towards A. Those car bombs aren't going to be as felt.
Yeah, I love it. They rotate towards A as soon as they get here, though. I mean, again, Arstes knows something's up, man. Trophy's in play here. He's throwing shoulders. Here comes the reinforcements. Exton manages to catch one on the other side of the map, so no pinch problem right now. Trades here on the inside of the site. The clock is still ticking, and Falcons are the man advantage.
35 seconds to go. Man up. Just don't give any one-on-one gunfights to Celium. They need to get this objective down. At the same time, Sip's trying to find an opening in the middle, but he's forced to back down. Now the play has to be committed at A.
Yeah, no more time, boys. It looks like Falcons have given this up for a moment, but the slide. Oh, what a shot from Sim. Does he read Pred? He does! What a move! The Phenom. Even with the clock ticking against them, perfect reads. And even better gunning.
This is crazy how, like, Vegas react to the information that they get. Like, you spot Sip to the middle of the map. You back him down from his position, but players now want to assist on a guy that just went ghost. So then that leaves you a little bit weaker on your setup at A. Everyone is forcing on the rotation because no one wants to get individually picked off. But when you give up that space at A and then try to wrap your way back into it, Sim gets aggressive, makes it a 2v2, and then the opposite side, Celium pushes all the way through your spawn because you give up that power spot. And they're able to clutch up on the round. Game point for Atlanta FaZe. Vegas, you might be getting 6-0 here.
You may. Can Arstes get himself a kill before the end of this one? Pred takes that one from Exton, keeps this play alive. Actually, we're able to maybe get this bomb down. Good luck with that one, though, mate. Lordy. Pressure from FaZe. Celium in the window. They vacate position and they look for the flank, so it makes it a 3v3. Let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, the fact that Abiz is able to have a one-on-one gunfight and a man down round makes it a lot more manageable here for Atlanta. All make it a 3v3. Celium's going to get caught. Draws it there with the trade, and now you just finesse it.
Yeah, a finesse indeed. Now a 1v1. The bomb is very much within grasp. The Pred has no intel whatsoever on Abizi. And Abizi is coming right at him through his periphery.
No!
God, look! What FOV are you on, AG? The fight continues.
He's going to run right into Abizi. He's ready.
Right into it. Yeah, reads it. Deals with it. 6-0. If you've just joined us, yeah, map 2's done. I know you went to get a quick drink break. Maybe the bathroom took you 5, maybe 6 minutes. Well, the map is honestly finished, folks. 1-1 going into control.
It's a blowout at map number 1. Absolute smacking at map number 2. Atlanta FaZe just a little bit more prepared once they spawn into a map at least once. Showed a lot of different strategies on their offense. Fast towards B, fast in the middle of the map, slow approach on one of them. And it's just way too much for Vegas to account for, to handle. But then some of these rounds where you're finding that early first blood, especially the round where you lost the 2v3, like that is just unacceptable. You have Exton who opens up with the first kill at B. You have your man advantage. They find a kill. You find a trade. You know the play's got to be committed over towards A. Just like we're not in the right spots to contest it. So Vegas have a lot of work to do and everything besides their hardpoint game. But Atlanta FaZe show improvement on their dealership. Potentially going to add that to the map pool.
No problem whatsoever. Dealership, no problem whatsoever with the search and destroy. That's the Falcons' problem that they'll be dealing with, I'm sure, in the day or two they have before we get to the major. Until then, though, Desk, how are we feeling after the first 2 minutes?
Jay, I thought I was going to be a 3-0.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they got cooked map 1, bro.
What'd I
wasn't
say?
expecting that.
What'd I say?
I told you game 5 written all over it, pal.
Hell no. Hell no.
He also told me the fastest game 5 in the history of DoorDash challenges.
Yeah, we'll get there, but it'll just be fast.
We love you, Jay. Glad to have you here joining us on a Super Saturday. All right, let's jump into what we just witnessed here in our last 2 games because, Allie, it was stop and then counter stop. This time it was Atlanta's turn.
Yeah, this was just unreal from Atlanta FaZe. And it's completely different from the dealership that we saw from them previously, right? Because they play up against Miami Heretics on dealership. And I guess the biggest difference was Atlanta FaZe was able to apply the pressure versus answering to it from the side of Miami Heretics, side of Vegas Falcons. They just didn't look very comfortable on this map. And Xned's doing the work for you. He's just not getting a whole lot of support.
Yeah, I mean, I thought FaZe did a way better job like establishing control mid, getting your subs up close and personal, making impact plays, and just like taking the fights. Like even there, taking a fight, he dies, but at least you get all the information, right? So, you know, sometimes that could be the biggest thing that hurts FaZe at times is like trying to play so strategic when you still do have insane gunny and you can take space on the map, which is exactly what they did, which leads to a 6-0.
All right, if you're worried about the Falcons, don't be, because this team is playing kill confirmed. Let's take a look at some of the best moments from game 1 and.
Yeah, I mean, you hear him. Dad! I mean, Pred was.
Oh my God.
Hold on, let's just hear it. I mean, he was so locked. Like, this is the AG that, like, Optic fans thought they were getting coming into the year. It just took a new environment, people to believe in him. And this is what you get.
Xned, dude. Xned went from probably like his calm roster, you know, just trying to get some reps in, and now he's playing alongside a world champion in Pred who's screaming dead in his ear almost every couple of minutes. Unbelievable.
And he's been a great leader for them. I've been watching his stream the last couple of days. He's been playing so many 8s, putting in that extra work, and it is translating. You can see it in game.
The bounce back.
Facts.
Love to see it for Pred. He's got more games to go, though. We got a game 3 coming up. Before we get to that, shout out to all the lady gamers out there. We got something special cooking up, don't you, Al?
Yeah, we do. WX Call of Duty is so back. And if you don't know what that is, Women in Call of Duty is my passion project. It is totally self-funded this season and is where we take the top 12 best teams from the women's scene and put them in a gauntlet for a couple of weeks in a tournament. Minimum $5,000 prizings. Our qualifier just finished actually today to solidify our top 12 teams. We take 2 of them. We take the top 6 from each and put them all together. We give them branding names and whatnot. But streaming is actually going to start every Monday and Tuesday starting May 6th and May 7th on broadcasting. If you want to catch that, check out WX Call of Duty on Twitter as well as the same on Twitch.
So, Allie, I'm going to watch.
Okay.
Check it out. Check you out what you guys are putting together. Who should I be looking out for? Like, who are the top squads, favorites going in?
So the great thing about this is we actually had a lot of roster changes in the past couple of months. So of course we still have our Kelses and our Anarchies, but we have 2 Saudi Arabia teams actually that qualified recently. We opened up to all regions. One of them placed top 3. That's going to be Wanda, Arwa, Heya, Lamia, and Lena. So keep your eyes out on them.
Wow, a lot of fun. That's all going down at May 6th and 7th. My birthday party is going to include some Call of Duty. I'm ready to go back to this one, though. We got Miles and Study, a game number 3 unfolding.
Game number 3, and now at least game number 4. Which, you know what, man? I'm all aboard the game 5 train. I'm all aboard it. I'm all aboard it. I mean, is it going to be the fastest of all time?
Maybe.
We'll find out. Maybe. Let's have a look at some stats. We've got some numbers to throw your way before we get ourselves into this one. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Control KD. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, all of Boston? Yes, all of Boston. But most importantly, Draza and Abizi. That's the relevant information for this series, folks. Woohoo! Draz, 1.38 HA, not a problem.
Yeah, those guys are a lot to handle. Control, they're one of the best teams at the mode, and when you got guys who are putting up consistent numbers so far throughout the stage, one being an AR and one being an SMG, you were losing track of these guys, so you got to make sure you don't give them that freedom to just roam and slay. But for Vegas, this is going to be a tall task because, like I said, Atlanta choose Team B every single time in the veto process so they can choose what control they're basically going to play. Vegas said, nope, we're not going to square up on Hacienda. We know Atlanta FaZe don't like to play vault at all since stage 1. So Protocol is their best friend. And realistically, if you're Vegas and you don't keep up with the slaying, you're not going to have a good time. Because then if you're not keeping up with the slaying, that means you're losing track of players and they're shooting you in the back for free. So it has to be through the kills.
Yeah, and that's what players say when they want to get lost on the map. If you say he's getting lost, it means he's gone unaware by the enemy team. And that's a scary place to be. And a lot of the members of FaZe are exceptionally good at doing that. Self-Simp and Abizi, all really good at it. I'm sure Draz can get lost if he wanted to as well, but those boys have absolutely made a career out of tearing players to pieces from any which angle. Here we go to the top mid, and it's Xned, who has crossed the 50-yard mark and is hitting the back door. It's smoked. Okay, FaZe man advantage.
Yeah, FaZe man advantage. Read the aggression on both sides of the SMGs, and You know, it's all about the break off. You want to make sure you get a good start. And Celium with the SMG finds himself on 2 in a row. But now you're just banking on your teammates who already pushed up to the spawn. How many more kills can they get? Because the BZ contested.
Yeah, so his whole POV for this entire life has been, yeah, I know these guys are in our base. There's 2 of them here now. I'm doing my best to cover you guys. We keep the capture going. So great objective work. BZ fighting his way from spawn. He's got himself out, counting players as best they can, but I think they've lost a lot of the Falcons at this point in time. Not an issue. Second segment at 8, long gone. Simp, his hands are going numb. As Abe, 5 spree. Yep, stop capturing B. This is a whooping.
Okay, yeah, that is all 4 accounted for. And now A is already done. You're at the B point. Double stack is already in. You just got to get one more wave of kills, and this might be a very, very quick round, just like the S&D. First segment gets locked. You're trying to find a trade through the middle of the map. Pred is able to strike for 1, but you're still going to be outnumbered in this play.
No, I love the way you said that, Jay. This is it. All players accounted for now. You know exactly where the Falcons are coming from, and you see what FaZe do. A nice setup. They get their kills, and they get a decent amount of progress there through B. Still on the capture as Abe, or his spree comes to a close. 5 and 1. Okay, 4 down. Shoes on the other foot, and the Falcons are kicking.
And now Atlanta got to work out of their spawn. Take your time, find these trades, and if you can go without dropping anyone, that's even better. First player is accounted for. RCD is aggressive over towards Heli. He finds a kill. Extend Roman on the bottom side of Trips. He finds a kill, and this is all you realistically need to do. Is just clutch up on these one-on-ones and keep on stalling out the game clock.
And look at FaZe. Look at the way they play this. They don't send one man in. They wait for the entire squad to be ready and able to get the trades. Oh, and fight their way forward. That puts the Falcons at a disadvantage now. 2 clean kills go their way in Priester. Oh, the discipline was there, but sadly not enough. Rolling thunder across protocol now. Go FaZe. Exnid, last line of defense. At least gets 1. 2 would be perfect. Draza on the capture for a second longer. No. A minute to play.
Minute to play, and Vegas at least been able to clear out the mid-map. So they can take some map control away. You just cannot afford to play trades in this scenario because you're down by 6 lives. Now 3 go in favor of Atlanta. Already have pressure on the point. You're trying to locate where the last guy is. There he is, and now all of Vegas coming off the respawn.
Yeah, perfect timing again for the stack here from FaZe. This is a rapid capture. Last lives now for the Falcons. This should be the round. Last-ditch attempt to get in there, and it might not pay off. There it is, under Halo gunfire. Pred goes down, and the board lights up for FaZe.
Yeah, and they get it through the segments as well. So now they have a heavy advantage, just in case they go to around number 5. But it was all about the break-off there for Atlanta. The slow approach from Celium, the camp towards Trips windows, knowing that most likely going to have a lot of players working on those pinches. Let me just hold down this spot and allow my teammates to roam through their base. With the BZ having a great start, with them capturing the 8-point, extending time very early on, just gave them so many opportunities to look for one clean situation. And that one clean situation came at the very end. You won them by 10 lives, but you at least get every single segment that you wanted.
All right, Falcons. How will you bounce back against the might of FaZe? That was their attacking round. Their defense, sure to be strong as well. We've seen the trap here on Protocol so many times. The question is, can you find the kills at the right time to wriggle this team in a position? BZ, second on our KD leaderboards, and for good reason. He opens this round up hot.
And now they're already in your spawn. Last player out, Arcides, he gets taken care of, and Sip and Abizi actually get nothing done of that initial push. So Vegas on their first attempt, able to clear some space out. Still a minute to work, Griff. You're currently down by 2 lives, but it's not going to be easy to approach over towards A. Someone's got to slip on through.
Yeah, the Falcons have got such a strong lock on that left stick forward. They are sending it, but the problem is FaZe have got such good corners, great off angles to play with here. Draza keeping the low map safe for as long as he possibly could, and Priester dancing, doing what he can with that Jackal. But again, too much pressure right now on top mid from the FaZe boys. Pred wins his 1. There's still a man in spawn, and that's going to be Abe. Can you catch him out now as Pred's going to commit? And the timing is good as he keeps the kills going. Time to get on the zone, though, lads. 30 seconds to play.
Yeah, we're still losing track of players, and Abizi finding a double before he's traded is already job well done on the side of FaZe. So now you're up by 5 lives. Basically, the last push coming in for Vegas. You have to work over through Heli, but every single time Atlanta are finding the initial kills, and you're never properly set up for a team push.
Yeah, an ineffective cohesion right now from the Falcons. They are unable to break the hold that FaZe have across top middle, and that's a 10-second warning there on the clock. The whistle was about to blow, and FaZe, it's a nice stoppage. Even nicer, the trophy. The damage in, And RCs is going to win this fight, so we're going to continue the capture here. This is best case scenario right now for the Falcons. Here comes the next wave of FaZe players.
And then you got Sim already working behind you. So now you are literally trapped at this point. Thankfully, that second segment does get locked before falling. But that is going to be an easy round there to Atlanta FaZe. Again, outslay them to bits. Starts off with the BZ opening up with the double, draws over the top for the initial 3 dead. And at that point, when you're having such a great start off every single time on your controls, you're every single time after that keeping their push stagnant because you're just always losing track of players if you are Vegas. Clean round there from Atlanta, up 2-0 very, very quickly.
At Celium, we've seen him hit some insane aim shots, all from the air in this map alone. The King Cobra continuing a strike as FaZe. That second round was a good one. One more is all they need, and we can say goodbye to Control. We can say goodbye to Protocol for now. We can roll on through with this series and just get close to that game 5.
Yeah, and if you're Vegas, you're looking for a complete turnaround here. Like, potentially a shutout.
Complete.
Give ourselves a chance and try to get that round 5 defense. But the initial kills already starting off in favor of Sim. He finds the first, draws it with the pistol, finds the second. Instant numbers advantage in their way, but Falcons at least have some map control on the opponent side of the base to not allow them to hop on A.
Oh, wait. Who just flew past him? Good stuff, Preset. What a kill. Take that. Pressure now onto A, but he's the only man up at this point trying to capture the zone, but he's got a little bit of coverage from Draza behind him, who has yet to be spotted out. Here comes the crossfire, though. Draza might pick up 2 here. That's a great spot to be in. The Sim, make sure his spawn is all safe. Not much longer, though. Priester with a sub. Winding back the years. Here we go.
Vegas so far have been able to stabilize around this mid-map area. Every time they cross that 50-yard line, they have players working on the pinches to even up the numbers, but now 2 go in favor of FaZe. First segment is going to be guaranteed. You have a long pitch on the horizon here from Exnid, and he's playing it perfect because you know there's at least one player coming off the respawn. Let me wait for that guy first before I make my attempt, and that should stall time for my teammates to get back into the play.
Asti snipes a pair. 40 seconds to go. Falcons are holding this one together very, very nicely. Defense for the final round is nearly impossible with this rating, but they're doing what they can. You slowed FaZe down enough, Jay. Can you actually close it out? 25 to go.
Yeah, you just don't want to give up any first kills in their base. You know, you're at least looking for one player. That's why you have RCs playing super patient on the backside of Grandma's. And he also wins a one-on-one towards the point, but now Celium and Draza off the respawn, still looking to try to clear this out. Sip has not had an opportunity to make something happen.
No, none whatsoever. His teammates getting bodied. Someone's going to have to make a play for the zone, and it will likely be him in a moment. Can't get the second. Oh, but there we go. Contest. Waits for Draz perfectly. Draz now in position with a trophy. This should be at least a segment or 2. 3-man stack. Wait a minute. If you don't deal with this rapidly, Vegas, this could be another minute of play, and it probably is. Wow, FaZe. A massive lifeline. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the zone cell saves it. A matter of milliseconds, but we've got another minute.
An extra minute added to the tally. Defense secured on the side of Atlanta FaZe, and this is where you don't want to let this situation go if you are Vegas, because 3 kills already in favor of the squad in red. You're all spawning on the backside of tower. You got to iron up and ice up for some gunfights.
Sim, what a 2, what a life, what a spree, and now a stack. Atlanta FaZe. You've gone from a millisecond away from losing the round to potentially winning the map. The stack is there. Top mid, the next wave of attack here from Vegas. Here they come over the top. No lives left. From inside the tower, Exnid on the slide. Wind up hit. Gonna be red and dealt with. FaZe, what a round. What a map. Control goes their way.
Cannot believe that they were able to pull that off. We're talking about Sim being basically useless for 30 seconds because he was getting no action when he works his way in towards Grandma's. But once he's able to at least see Celium get a kill, he drops out of the window to find the second. He's instantly traded, and then that kill is traded. But then there's a situation where you're just allowing Atlanta to get some segments when you still have a player in the play. Exnid was working on the pinch towards top trips, and instead of committing immediately before that second segment even gets locked, he plays it way too patient, and Atlanta FaZe are able to spot him and extend the time. 2 very, very quick maps. The last 2 for Atlanta FaZe. They go up 2-1 in this series, but now they're not going to something that they're looking forward to, which is a hard point.
Yeah, demonic work. Truly demonic work from Celium there in the kills per round. Number of the beast. Highlights. It's basically all FaZe, and with damn good reason, man. I mean, that was... they haven't dropped a round in this matchup yet, so we'll keep that going. Respawn, we go back 2 for another hard point. Obviously, Vegas Falcons look good in the first, but we're starting to feel that momentum shift, Jay. You know, you've sucked the wind right out of the Falcons' wings. I don't know if they've got the uplift to keep themselves rolling here, but we'll see, man, because that was one hell of a control game.
Hey, Hardpoint has been their best friend. We're talking about a squad or an organization who couldn't win a single one before they make a roster change, 28 in a row, but now they find themselves on 5 in a row in the W column. So you're happy as hell to be spawning into a map 4. You have a chance at forcing it to a map number 5. And the way that you did it in map 1 was just dominating on every fundamental aspect of the game. It's a little bit more difficult though, because you're playing a red card, which is a lot bigger than Skyline. Your ARs need to be more felt than your SMGs. But if you just stick to that game plan, we're the team there early. We're going to be able to find breaks if we need to, and they really suck at breaking. So we should be okay to try to force game 5 as long as we win the rotations.
A couple of red cards to close out the day here, folks. Let's say goodbye to a succulent Saturday, but man, I'm still reeling, Jay. I'm still reeling. That was a very, very impressive game of Control. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But yeah, how are we feeling about this? We sort of still thinking that, you know, the break's going to be there. You know, FaZe should be able to get some holds. We have seen them dominate teams. Even when their hard point is quote unquote not that great, we have seen them dominate teams on this map. Stylistically, I feel like it's such a good place for them to be. But with players, I mean, Pred and Priester, this is map 1 alone, 1.84 for Pred. Like, come on, man, get a grip. This team has got the source in hardpoint.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. And if you keep on playing them on Skyline, these are the stats that both of these young men will be able to put up consistently every single time. A 1.84 Pred is non-tradable. Priest is holding on every angle, securing spawns there for his team. And if these guys have this kind of performance, yeah, we are guaranteed to see a map number 5. And I will be in the words of what the desk told me. Like, no chance we see a map number 5? No. If those guys do that again, we're going game 5.
Yeah, we're going 5 for sure. What happens in that 5 will be up to the COD gods. But a red card would be a nice one to see again. We haven't got too many good looks out of this Falcons roster on this map. And the hardpoint has been so strong, but red card could be a very fickle map, especially against the sort of slightly undisciplined teams. The Falcons, let's face it, their hardpoint has not been outstanding. We've got to see what they've got here. I mean, a game 5, yeah, I believe. I truly believe. Is it a 6-0? Yeah. Probably. I don't want to totally like ride that one off into the sunset just yet. Yeah. What are FaZe thinking right now? Dude, what are FaZe thinking? They're just like, all right, game plan as per usual. We've talked about this, some slight adjustments. Look for those spawn traps. Look for those, you know, perfect flips as hardpoints break. That nice P3 holds. I also just watched Pred in the player cam. I'm pretty sure he said these kids are awful, bro. Which we know isn't true, but I love that he said that anyway.
Hey, that's how you keep the confidence on your side.
Exactly.
You know, you don't want anyone to get nervous. You're going up against Atlanta FaZe. It is excellent first time competing against some of these kind of players this year. But now you still have an opportunity to at least force the game number 5 and completely disregard the last 2 maps because they weren't even close. You just got to stick strong to your HP game. On the opposite side for Atlanta, they are looking for another map to add to their map pool besides Protocol HP. Everything else is about 50-50. But at least their guns are a little bit more warmed up now than they were in map 1. So they should be shooting.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're going to get at least a shootout between these 2 teams. We'll see who plays the map a little better. See who gets those rotations. See who gets the timing on those flips. So far, so good. Time going the way of FaZe here. The opening engagements on P1 are always a good one here on red card. Looks like the Falcons have managed to win a couple more gunfights, so there's a possibility for them to get some more time here. But Sim, he is at war in the first 3 lives already, Jay.
Yeah, he's just flying on in. Like, I want to be the aggressor. Let me set the tone with this SMG. And the entire time, Vegas are holding towards the outskirts at Hedge to make sure they make a job a whole lot easier for that P2. Now soaking up time here at P1. Simp is able to take down Exit, but better positioning from Vegas still allowed him to hold the power spots.
That's that positioning. P2 is going to be all theirs as well as it rips open. They're going to Falcons doing what they can to squeeze every second out of P1 they possibly could. If their players start to drop off, they've still got spawns towards New, but Abizi manages to sneak on in. He gets a little bit of time and a little bit of damage, but not really enough to maintain this. So now a war of one front. Draz is going to be the only man on the inside. That is a big win. The potential to cause some serious issues here in the spawns.
Oh, yeah, the spawns are already an issue because there was a pinch on your minimap from Pred, and he finds the opening kill at the right time for his teammate to spawn right next to him. So now Vegas in the driver's seat have Atlanta FaZe trapped towards the backside. Still a lot of time here at P2. And you can already see Draza hitting a very long route. Do you want to get out? They don't want to trap themselves on the backside.
Fred on a route of his own. Lovely.
Oh,
GG.
man.
He gets here, and that's still keeping the lead well in the hands of the Falcons now, fighting towards new time. Cell's going to be on the way over there, but Pred's still alive on this side of the map and cut down under a hail of gunfire from Draz there. So P2 still good, still cooking. And the hardpoint is open for business in a few seconds. FaZe, they should be all over it.
Yeah, FaZe are going to walk away with that final 10 seconds. They're going to have the rotation as well over towards New, but all these kills going down around the middle of the map is going to allow a couple players from Vegas to spawn on the backside of that new HP.
And what do you know?
Atlanta get a little bit too aggressive, and now it's a 2v4 on the opposite side.
Oh, Uncle Study. You calling it. And it happens. 5 spree from Cell. We'll see if that matters too much because Pred right on the time. Oh, what a snap from the King Cobra himself, baby. Opportunity to pull this one right back now for FaZe. They've got the setup they want. And again, this is a difficult hard point to get your body inside. So hold this one down. FaZe, lead change on its way.
Oh, yeah. So 30 seconds to fight for, and Vegas don't want to give up this time. They're going to approach it from the front, but if these kills don't go your way, they're going to start to spawn on the backside of this HP, and then you're forced to make a very, very long route happen and give up a lot of time here. Keep on trading, keep on playing scrappy. Vegas end out on top, but you can already see what it does to the spawns. Atlanta are already out.
Yeah, they managed to escape the parking lot of doom, and now you're going to be spawning in the backside if you drop here. So good stuff out of Priest to fight forward. A couple of kills, though. Back and forth we go. FaZe are going to be out and free. Oh, Mike, split spawns down low, folks. This is lit. Red card. Over towards new time we go. Priester still finding kills all over the place. 10 and 6. Nice stuff from him.
And this is a perfect attempt here for Vegas to try to find this break. It's a 2-2 split. Now 2 players spawn over towards Soccer. You have the pinch on the horizon on the back end, but you just need to clutch up on these fights, and you go 3 for 3. X-Men, last man standing, the pistol. Good enough there for Draza to find the kill. And now all the Falcons spawning over towards the Doom side of that parking lot.
Oh, man, it's not enough time for the reinforcements to get that close. So Harsty's needed to pull off like 2-3 kills there. X-Men from spawn. Back into time again. And Pred has got no idea what to shoot at. There's so many FaZe members around him, and the crossover towards this hard point, again, that no man's land right in the middle, 0 cover. You have to get it done very, very quickly. Cross that space, slide dive, whatever you need to do. Incredibly difficult hold to have, but good stuff there from the Falcons. GG on that point. You got a lot of time out of it. FaZe have won the rotation again, though, and the pinch is on towards New.
Yeah, they lose the initial gunfight, though, from Beezy. So now it's on Selim to try to hold down BS&D over towards the cafe. Exited from the backside of Ticket. He's able to find 2. That's already 3 dead. We're just looking for one more guy. Let me take care of him, and that's clean 4. All of your focus now over towards Eskies, and Exited in a very, very difficult angle to try to take care of him. He's just stalling time.
Oh, he stalls time. His teammates get forward as well. Nice work. Falcons pushing the advantage. 30 seconds to go here on the outside. Freestyle looking for number 14. Gets it. 15 is around the corner. Nice work again. Falcons cross 100 points. Holding this time still. It's back and forth in the kill feed right now as again FaZe trying to wind up for one last decent kill here. But again, P1 is going to be on their mind as well. The final 15 ticking away.
Yeah, you're just not expected to give up this much time at this hill specifically. Oh, Vegas have been able to grow themselves almost a 40-point lead. Not really allow Atlanta FaZe to get any time off of that P5. So now you got some time to work with. We go into the second set. It's a battle early on for the hedges. You're going to have Pred working on this pinch while Selim is watching it. It's all about that timing for that first kill.
Oof, damn. Abe is shooting. Statistically, FaZe, I mean, they're being outslayed every which way. They're still keeping this one together just through sheer grit and will. Selendraz, a couple there. Abizi still holding the hard point as best he can. Sim shots are in from the top spot. And again, oh, wow, what a 2-piece from Pred. Again, individual play from the Falcons. They are winning the gunnies.
Yeah, they're winning the gunnies, but not the important ones, so at least get them off of the time. Because Atlanta now make up a little bit of that difference. Only going to be down by about 20. They've been able to dominate the majority of the map control. And now Vegas is swanning on the opposite side. You want to fight for your stage control. 2 kills go their way. A lot of ARs on the map as well. This is where Vegas can trap them in towards the backside, but it's all about these fights over towards stage.
Yeah, you haven't got eyes on Sim either. Yeah, that's such a problem. He does get brought down. Thank goodness for that. You get him running amok through the middle of the map, he's going to cause issues for you and your entire team. On the approach towards time is nearly impossible. But Draz now from stage, he doesn't account for the man below him, knows there's another. The instincts were right, just unable to actually execute. And now time back over towards the hands of the Falcons. Do they have a solid enough setup to take these next wave of phase players on?
They're just gonna hold on in their tight setup because Extend was at least able to stall them a little bit of time by drawing them over towards stage to play for that trade. So now you can be uncontested in towards P2. 3 kills already going their way. They're more focused on soaking up this hill time before they start to push their way on through. Potentially now, all of Atlanta are gonna start spawning behind you. You gotta back up.
Another Priestess snap. Extend. Oh, he just misses the next man on the way through. Sim now holding the line alone. Can he do so? Absolutely, folks. Another massive win from the Phenom. The rest of his teammates now fighting forward as best they can. The spawns are terrible for the Falcons. Literally the furthest point away from this hard point, except for Frosties. Okay, he's in the back. He's been read and dealt with, though, as have his teammates. Pressure now towards the front. Can FaZe now spin? Yes, indeed. They're on it, and they've got time still.
Yeah, they've been able to hold and they've been able to block the front spawn. So now all their focus is on the back end. Celium being the cutoff man, only able to get one and has a second player weak. To go 2 for 2 in that fight. Now Vegas are already out.
Vegas out and about. 1 and 2 piece from Sim. 5 spree. Give me the listening. My God.
Yeah, they might spawn. Block. You're good. Out of
Good save to me. Out of me, yes. One shot save. I'm one shot.
Nice.
One shot. I get out of there.
Take her out, Tyler.
Stairs?
You took her out? I think Extend did.
Stairs?
Missing Extend.
I'm trying to... I'm stairs.
Last two there.
One right in front.
Extend, one shot, one more on time.
I'm on hook.
Okay, I'm trying to play your front.
Listen, all bust that.
I'm on net.
That
guy's falling behind me.
I'm
blocking net.
There's like 3 from me.
I'm blocking net. We're not missing Extend. I'm seeing low right. I'm trying to low right. Alec, wait. She's flooding you, Extend.
I watch out. You're low right.
Yo, one head. One shot head. One shot going their globe.
I'm going across stairs right now.
Weak.
I'm dead. Oh,
Close upstairs.
Did you kill?
South stage. I'm absolutely. I'm seeing right top side.
I watch out. On time. Last guy time after.
One's MB. He's on the
I flipped you with time.
He's not. Net Extend.
I just went me then?
I
went mid door?
No.
Their head's first guy. Their head's first guy, Alec. I don't know if he crossed up.
I see that on It's all you, Tyler.
It's out.
Tell me
I got him
I'll take it. You grab feed him.
He give me BSD. I don't have mid.
They're mid.
Take it.
He pinched us mid.
He's in there. Just hold this net.
Yeah. BSD, I'm staying out.
Yeah, we flipped it. Guarantee one. Yeah, I have a sneaky streak too whenever you need. Nothing mid.
Hey, take BSD. One out there. Hey,
Ty. Laying down.
He's laying down.
I get L.
That office out.
Yeah,
fix me.
I recamp too.
Mid, Alec, dead. Most mid, nothing out. Mid, exit, one shot mid.
They came out through low.
I'm dead.
Ivor jumped down.
It's an L.
Oh, that's dead. I'm blocking. Missing fire. I'm blocking for a second.
I see him.
Person's gonna be right.
I'm going to be bright. You can't get
new.
Dude, there's something about Celium's like spatial awareness, where his player is, how his body sits, wherever he's laying supine. I mean, that man is unbelievable at the game.
Yeah, he's always been like probably the most difficult kill in Call of Duty, and he continues to show it year after year in MVP form every time we watch that young man spawning on the map. But Vegas, even with Celium doing all that, are still right in this game. They keep it scrappy every single time at P4. That time they don't get a lot of time over the P5 hardpoint the way that they did previous, but you're only down by basically 10 points. You got to lock in to close out this game.
It's a scrappy one for sure. Couple of big kills now, and FaZe are still soaking away P1. P2 has not been terrible to them either. They have a sneaky streak, to quote Chris Lair on that one. Abe still on time. This is ideal. Falcons' breaks have been so good so far in this map. You're looking for another one to keep that healthy lead, or at least a fighting chance of getting back into P2 without too much sweat.
Oh, that is massive. Kills coming in from Vegas. They clear out all of their side of the spawn, but at the wrong time, because once that new hill pops, now you're forced to be on your head on a swivel again because it's a 2-2 split. This is where you're going to get the investment out of the missile. How are you going to try to play this? Everything is going to get invested. Thankfully, Exit on the pinch finds the opening kill, and now Atlanta trying to break from the back.
The streak pins in all those players. It keeps them trapped, and now Priester trying to make his way forward. He has some coverage. Contest on time. Pred's in. He gets at least one. The dance is now on as he gets Draza as well. Can he get the kill? Yeah. Where are his teammates? Over towards time. Open hard point. Abizi on the dive. Brought down again. Pred on a sweet turn, but Simp with the shots from stage. You're looking at the lead change once again for the Falcons.
And Atlanta FaZe can now no longer win it here, so you don't want to die at the wrong time and then spawn at that old HP. But the route might be good enough from RCDs to potentially spawn him behind them. But no, the trade there from Abizi still allows those stage spawns to come on in. So Vegas take the lead, but you got to haul ass all the way across the map.
And Priest has made it in from behind. Selling unaware. Oh, 2 players. He got spotted out, nearly gets the kill as well. Arsty spawns in the back. Sim there with the stun checks. Trying to make sure that no one can make their way through. There is a war on 2 fronts taking place. Now all towards the back line. Draza can't spot out enough players. The trade battle continuing on the inside. Falcons, can they get the break? Selim and Abizi on the in. That should be game. Surely the last fight now. A break. The trades. It's not over yet.
It's all about the fights, and now you go 3 for 1 if you're Atlanta. Just got to get someone in.
And that's it. That was the last break you needed. And Vegas Falcons X did wait. He slid in. Draza Cell get their kills. And it comes down to a matter of seconds. A frustrated Falcons as they fall in hard point to FaZe, who just pull out the goods when you need them.
Oh man, that was such a chaotic red card. We're talking about split spawns galore every single time at the P2s through all the way up the P4s. But Atlanta FaZe through the chaos, able to stabilize in the moment. And it was a big play, actually, in the 3rd set when you're going over towards the P2. Because if you're Vegas, you're thinking, okay, we got every single kill. But the new hill hasn't popped yet. So now once that new hill pops, there's only 2 players from Atlanta that's on the backside of P2. The other 2 are unaccounted for. But then when Exit wins his one-on-one, he's thinking, all right, everybody else has to be on the opposite side. You just didn't account for the guy who actually invested the streak in Simp. Because even though he doesn't get anything with it, him in that position to find that freebie on the pinch, to now secure the stage spawns for his team and allowing his squad to trap Vegas toward the backside and not gift them the rotation over towards new. This gave them a little bit more breathing room, even when the spawns started to get a little bit scattered, to stabilize in a moment and close out the hard point. Another very close one. Nail biters every single time Atlanta FaZe play this mode, but they get it done in 4.
That was a heavyweight hard point for sure, folks. Well, FaZe, no game 5. They don't drop a single round. With their Skyline hardpoint, they had the absolute